Key's popularity's lower than it's ever been before, right? So you would think it would probably be the prime opportunity for the gonzo-looking motherfucker to shut the fuck up, start thinking through what he says more, and, you know, oh, here's an idea, not say shit that might lower his popularity even further, right? Now that would be the logical thing to do. But John Key's a complete fucking knuckle dragger, so that ain't happening. John Boy today decided it would be a fucking great idea in an interview to pass the buck about the New Zealand housing crisis to our former Prime Minister and current candidate for the top job in the UN, Helen Clark. Now, while Uncle Helen did a lot of things that weren't particularly popular during her tenure, I don't think that 8 years after she was booted out of power, she's particularly responsible for anything going on in the country anymore. But oh no, dear Johnny decided that it was a good idea to pass the buck to Helen. Said John Key between mouthfuls of ants. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Here we go. Here we go. Labour wants a state of emergency declared over the housing crisis, particularly in Auckland. Fair enough. House prices in Auckland are disgraceful, and we are blatantly in the middle of a housing crisis, regardless of what National wants you to think. Prime Minister Aardvark states that the housing crisis, if it is one, it is, isn't his fault. Under the 9 years that Helen was Prime Minister, my friend, nationally house prices went up 102%. Under us in 8 years they've gone up 43%. Oh fuck. Fabulous, John Boy. In Auckland they went up 87%, I think. You think. You're not sure, but you think. The fact you even use the words I think is bullshit, John, because clearly you don't. Under us it's about the same. Yeah, it's fucking disgraceful. Now, far be it from me, but I kind of think that National needs to do something about this little fucking mentality it's got of, oh hey, well, we're rich and well off, but fuck it, if we're rich and well off and we don't notice it, it can't be happening. Because that seems to be National's mentality. That seems to be John Key in particular, his mentality. Oh, no, I don't notice it happening, so fucking it's not a problem. Dude, that's easy enough to say. You're the Prime Minister. You are probably one of the most well-paid motherfuckers in the country. You are a former investment banker before that. You pulled your ass out of poverty and yanked up the rope ladder fucking behind you so no one else could crawl out. If you passed out money to people that needed it, John, like you passed the fucking buck to Helen on this fucking thing right here, the homeless problem would be fucking solved, man. National doesn't do shit for anyone. But this is what I find funny. You get John Key trying to say that there is no housing crisis. Yes, there is, motherfucker. And even if shit did go up the amount you claim it did under Labour, why the fuck haven't you fixed it? Why has it continued to rise? If you're gonna bullshit, don't then say, oh yeah, shit's gone south since we took over, but it's been going bad since then too. You are admitting that the shit has continued to rise, and you have proceeded to do fuck all about it, but bury your head in the sand and say it's not happening. And while Mike Hosking's out somewhere fucking jerking off in the back of a Lamborghini to this interview as he does, Mike Hosking, who is the most biased motherfucker Channel 3 has, or is he working for Channel 1? I can't remember. I don't really give a shit. I just know Mike Hosking is a cunt. He won't report on it either because he doesn't give a shit. Mike Hosking's saying, oh no, my Lord and Saviour John Key's right. But of course he does. Mike Hosking's so far up John Key's ass that if John Key stopped short, Mike Hosking's going to know what he had for breakfast. This pisses me off, man. This shows you what kind of government we are under. We are under a government led by a guy who does not give a fuck about the people that are struggling in real life. We are looking at a guy who looks upon his own fucking life of excess and thinks, well, if it's not affecting me, it's not affecting anyone else, while not taking into consideration not everyone is getting paid a massive amount of money a year. There's a slight difference between being the Prime Minister and being some Joe Bloggs who works full-time at age 50 in a supermarket and is still renting. You can't put your fingers in your ears and go, la 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 la, not my problem. No, it was Helen before me, it was Helen before me, don't blame me, blame Helen. Even if you want to fucking blame Helen, dumbass, it's your job to fix it, which you haven't done. And obviously John, going by these quotes, and quotes you have made in the past about there is no housing crisis, well, you're clearly not going to do fucking anything about it if you're re-elected. So what's the fucking point? And as I say, this motherfucker's down in the polls, National's down in the polls, and yet they seem to not give a flying fuck. Sorry, that was the video starting fucking several minutes late on that article. But no one in the National Party gives a fuck about the housing crisis. No one in the National Party gives a fuck about the people that can't make ends meet. And they've made this perfectly clear. John Key isn't going to do shit to help middle and lower income New Zealand. Because John Key doesn't give a fuck, because John Key doesn't have to worry about where his next meal's coming from. This just proves what kind of a fucking dick we have for Prime Minister. New Zealand, if you're old enough to vote, do yourself a favour. Get these cunts out. I do not want another 4 years of this greedy, rich, does not care motherfucker in power. I'm voting for Winston personally, but that's just me. I'm Damian Skyfire. Fuck John Key. Fuck the national government. Till next time.